Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss the fact that bliss can be found in simply not giving one single fuck about allocated bourbon. And my name is Stevie Cool. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, along with our special guests Darren McCroy, Jeff Andruzzi, and Katie Joyce.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey y'all.
Hello.
Hello.
Heyo!
I love that Steve has scripted so many fucks into my scripts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you kiss new guy with that mouth?
I do.
So, yes, should be a fun show today. So, we're going to be talking about allocated bourbon and the bliss that you can find when you just don't care anymore. And we're going to define that a little bit too, because I think some general assumptions are made when you say a statement like that. We even had a brief conversation right before we started this that falls under that. We're going to talk about that and clarify some things. And I think hopefully we'll lead you to a path where you can join us with where we're at right now, and you can just enjoy your bourbon life. So we'll get to that after the break. For right now, though, Katie said there's something she wanted to talk about. What is that, Katie? I almost forgot who said they wanted to say something, but it's Katie.
That's okay, because I also forgot. And what I was completely went. So my follow-up question that came up with randomly, since what I was going to say that was actually of substance is completely gone from my brain. So I'd like to know everyone's thoughts on decorations in your house that is wording. So kind of like the live, laugh, love that started. Is there any kind of wording decoration that you do have or that you are okay with? Or my assumption is this is a group against it. So do you have any exceptions to the rule?
I'm lifting this up so you guys can see it, I think. You can barely see it behind the ABV Network sign there. I have a sign that shows a guy at it's like a Monopoly hands type of thing, and he's pushing all his chips in, and it says "Bet on yourself." And I'm just a big believer of that as an entrepreneur. That you have to, even when it's uncomfortable sometimes, even when you know you're taking a chance, you have to bet on yourself. So that's one of those things that is along the lines of a saying that I believe in and I live. Hopefully, it's definitely a thing that you have to do. It's not easy as an entrepreneur. I've been having my own business now for 8+ years, and it's not an easy path, but it's also very rewarding. And it is this notion of betting on yourself every day, betting on yourself. So yes, that would be one that I have.
That's a deep answer. That's really good.
So I'm not against having like words. I'm just kind of against decorating, as can be explained. I have like 3 paintings on the wall and some 10 signs. So I think it's like live, laugh, love is overdone and over basic. Sure. And then, but what's even worse is live, laugh, wine. Like WINE, like the drink.
Yeah.
I think that is cringy and should never be on anyone's house. But I really don't care besides that, but like you won't find it in my house, but it's probably not because I hate it. It's probably because I live alone and I don't want to decorate the walls.
Okay.
I get that.
Sure.
I have one here in my podcasting space, and my mom picked it up. Let me see if I can get it down without breaking things. It says, "Kindness is free. Sprinkle that shit everywhere." So, yeah, that sums me up, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm an actually pretty kind person.
Thank you for clarifying for us. Yes. I think you're a very kind person. So
Okay.
fair enough.
Yeah,
You have
so
your
that's
moments,
about
though.
as far as it
You
goes.
do have your
My
moments,
mom picked it up
yeah.
in Branson, and I was like, that's of all the things she brought back for us to choose from. I'm like, yeah, that's the one I want.
Yes. We have another one downstairs too, that's in the living room that is, you can always make more money, but you can't make more memories, vacation and have great moments and stuff like that. I think that rings true for me too.
Those are good.
Yeah. Because those things are the things that you remember in life. To me, that's what living is. With all these other things that we have to do, aggravate ourselves and have jobs and do all these things, that we're doing it so we can actually truly live our lives, and that's doing the things we want to do. And vacation falls under that, doing the things we want to do. We don't have to go on vacation. We're not forced to go on these things and do these things. That's the stuff we're doing because we want to do them. And the other things in our life are helping us out to assist us to get there. So I think that's also an important one too. It's kind of personal to me. Yeah.
I'm looking around my family room and I'm not seeing anything with words. I wish I could remember what it actually said, but when my kids were young in their bathroom, we had a little sign and it didn't make any sense. It was something like,
If you sprinkle when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the
the
seedy.
CD.
yeah, I think it said,
It was deep.
dance like no one's listening or something
Okay.
like that. It was flat out
Like no one's
combining two
watching,
things.
right?
Yeah.
Dan?
But but it wasn't that. It was
Okay.
totally wrong, and my kids hated it, and I made them keep it up there because I thought it was funny.
Like no one's listening. Okay, fair enough.
But no, I don't have any. I mean, if
Oh, you're just a few precious weeks from having it when the artist is there full time and decorating. When she takes over the decorations.
I think she's not into the words.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm going to send up a gift. That's going to be a beautiful saying, and I'm going to address it to her. I'm going to be like, "I'm giving this to you for marrying Jeff," and it'll end up in your house. And it's going to be something that's just embarrassing.
Wine.
It'll be
Yeah,
there.
it's going to live, laugh, wine. You're going to get one of those.
So, but I'm going to diverge here just a second because I have one tattoo, and it's in my dad's handwriting, and it was the last thing he put in his funeral planning notebook that said, "Keep it simple."
Oh,
And I got to do some kind of artwork that
There you go.
says "Keep it simple." I just need to get that up somehow. It's kind of a big in our family, and several of us
Yeah,
have
yeah.
the
So that's
same
awesome.
tattoos.
That's a
Yeah, but
that'd be a good
I
one.
don't have it up now. So Katie, I don't have word art,
Word art.
but I want some.
your plan for word art is fantastic.
He's
though.
got a plan for some word
I
art.
have a plan for some word art.
Yeah. Plus, he's going to be getting a gift of some word art too. So
What is it going to say,
Oh,
Steve?
God.
When
I
in doubt,
can't
drink
wait.
Balfour whiskey.
Oh, all right.
he's getting the live, laugh, wine. I'm going to get that for him. Yeah.
There you go. Live, laugh, wine.
Yeah. So that'll be.
So,
be
Katie,
perfect.
in your new house, tell us, how many word things did you put up?
0 at the moment. So I think you all had fantastic answers of what you do have for wording, like has special meaning. It's not overdone. There, I see all these things posted online. Like people put like on the inside of the toilet lid is a phrase, and on in the back of the kitchen cabinets, and like they way overdo it. So I think you all had great answers. Though I do have one sign that I made at like a friend's bridal shower that says like my favorite place is together. And my thought was to put that up with like our vacation photos, but it has just been sitting on the floor and I haven't figured out how to do it that doesn't look exactly like what I hate. So I'm probably just going to throw the sign away and just put up vacation photos. But usually the ones I'm most tempted to do are the super sarcastic ones. So what I'm considering doing is an example I saw where they took what's supposed to be a bathroom sign, and it says it's supposed to be a kitchen sign.
God.
But it says "Life's short, lick the bowl." It's supposed to be for your kitchen, but and then a friend of mine
Never mind. I'm gonna have words in my house.
then a friend of mine has one in their house that says, as for me in my house, we will serve tacos. And then, so I do have like a plaque that my brother gave me that says, as I looked up at, as for me in my house, we will serve the Lord, which is like the phrase you'd say or have. But my friend has one as for me in my house, we will serve tacos. And then like the Bible passage, it says queso 24/7. That one, I'm like, okay, that one's pretty darn good as well. That's my only temptation. Otherwise, I am very anti word art.
Yeah.
Now, our office some years ago when we repainted, they put all of these kinds of things in all the operatories, like, everyone loves a smile, and our staff works on teamwork and coffee, and they've got all these little signs everywhere. And now that we're bringing new staff in, and I'm asking them, what about the office? If this was your place, what would you change? And they're like, oh my God, I would so update this place. These brown walls and all these word signs everywhere. They just got to go.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this took a long time to put up.
Katie, you bring up this topic, and I had one of these when I went in West Virginia to visit my daughter. I was at her house, and I go to the guest bathroom. Well, this would be the bathroom that everyone would go in if they're visiting, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a sign. It's a frame sign like the one you had with the bowl there, and it said, "Don't do Coke lines on the bathroom's vanity." But I didn't ask about it. What does that mean? Why would she have that? It means
don't do Coke lines on the bathroom vanity. She doesn't want people.
Is it supposed to be perfect irony? Is it supposed to be a real thing? Is there people that are doing Coke lines? I didn't even ask about it. I
think that's funny.
I think that's funny too.
I do have a candle in my guest bathroom, and on the candle, the label says, "Please don't do drugs in my bathroom." And so but it's on the candle that I light in there.
Right.
That's a commitment to actually just put like a plaque thing in the bathroom, and that's very specific. Like,
especially
so
when you know mom and dad are coming.
Yeah, when you know mom and dad are coming, it's still hanging up there. I mean, if we would have brought my mom, my mom would have been like, "What is this?
Why do you have to tell people this?"
People not doing drugs. That's what you want, right?
I guess. I don't know. I never had a Coke sign.
It sounds like they're just choosing the wrong location, though.
Right.
Like she would prefer they do them somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah. Right. That's what it's like.
Come to the dining room table for that.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Or off the lid or off the seat if you're so inclined.
That's okay.
Oh God.
So my this goes way back when my mom's second husband had a lake home.
Sure.
And
second husbands always do, right?
Yeah, and
I get remarried.
Right, yeah. The first one's for love. After that, then you're smart enough to go for the money.
Going down to visit them, and this would be with my first wife, mother of my kids, and the sign on the door, the main entrance to their home, said, "Knock firmly but softly. Bob loves firm, soft knockers." And my wife just hated that, and she said, "That makes no friggin' sense. I don't even get it. What a pig!"
Oh, huh.
But
firm,
she did get it because she called him a pig.
Right.
Yeah.
She kind of got it. Yeah.
Well, she perfectly. She got it. She nailed that part.
Right.
But yeah,
I think it's funny.
That was some
It's
word
a lake
art that
house.
was on
You're
the
supposed
outside.
to put dumb signs in your lake house.
I guess in the lake house, yeah. What about your guest bathroom?
Lake house could be an exception for where to have dumb signs. That's fair.
Okay.
And that's the same place that my mom had a handwritten note next to the toilet that says, "Do not flush your tampons down here. It messes up the septic system."
Oh.
That wasn't. Maybe that was art. Maybe
that was a needed sign. I think that's one of those signs that comes out of need. So yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get it. So
it's always amusing when you see the signs that are needed that it's someone really fucked something up. Yeah. So that's a whole book right there. It's
that must have cost a professional to come out and fix something. So
yeah, that would make me rethink my career. I guess that's why they get paid so much. So yeah,
right.
Dealing with stuff like that, I couldn't handle it. That would be not good. I would not be in a good place if that was my gig. So there you go. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Jeff and Drizzy. Jeff, what do you got there?
So I have some Cedar Ridge, the quintessential single cask. This is Barley's pick.
All right.
Which
Very
has
nice.
been around a while.
Very nice. Solid. That was good. That could be enough. That was pretty explosive. All right, Darren, you're next.
I got a bottle of Elmer T. Lee here. Not really. It's Art of the Spirits rye whiskey.
We're going to miss. And light cork pop. Jeff has the lead. He's trying to go for the twofer. Let's see. Kathy's up next.
Think I'm going to take him out.
Ah.
I have a brand new bottle of Boxing Bear number 7. This one was signed by the distiller, and you can't see it, but he uses an etching tool. He also etched some artwork on there for me.
It's a
Was it word art?
It's a
Kathy's sleeping in a car.
with some Z's coming out of it, representing my nap in his parking lot.
She took a nap in his parking lot once.
Everybody does.
I haven't.
Everybody does. So yeah, this is not allocated, but it's a very special bottle.
Oh my God!
Oh, yeah.
She called that one. She called her shot.
Conviction.
Yeah. I've got Michter's here, toasted bourbon. Toasted bourbon. All right, let's see what we got. Squeaky, not much, not very poppy.
Much squeak.
Too much squeak, not pop. All right. Katie, you're last but not least. You're chasing the dragon here. I got a big time cork pop you got to beat.
I have a
Jeepers.
halfway loved bottle of Nulu, so not feeling great about this, but we'll see.
No, not even close. Not even close. Kathy wins. Cheers to Kathy.
Cheers.
She ran away with that one.
All right, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about this bliss that you too can find. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
This is Evan Neters, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily. Cheers.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Let's talk about who's giving a fuck about allocated bourbon and how it's not us.
Exactly. I think you can get away from all of that stress that goes with this. And it is stress, folks. It is when you're chasing this stuff and you want to find this stuff and I know it's stress because people are willing to overpay. There's, crazy prices. I got a guy in just the other day tell me how, he was lucky enough to come across a Weller antique, and he paid $200 for it, but he got it. To me, again, he embarrassed himself. That's not a good story. That's
when you keep quiet and you don't tell anyone.
Yeah, that's bad. So I think that there can be bliss found in the barrel picks or whatever it is, or just finding your favorite brands and liking them and getting away from this, because I think if we did just a true blind tasting, that the stuff that we come up with, that we're drinking, that we're probably the stuff that we share on these shows a lot, that stuff is better than those allocated brands. And that's the dirty little secret, the fact that, there's better whiskey to be had out there than the stuff that people are chasing. And I also want to be very frank, and this came up between the shows because Darren was like, we were just talking about a big allocated brand. We like that stuff. But when you reach this point of bliss is, if you happen to run into those things, you buy them when you can get them for the right price. And if you don't get them, there's no stress because you're not worried about it. Whether it's the King of Kentucky or the Four Roses limited release or whatever it is, if you don't get it, you just don't get it. And you don't care. If you happen to get it because things align for you, like I did with what I'm drinking tonight, the Michter's Toasted Bourbon. I had an opportunity to buy that at the Kentucky Bourbon Festival. Right place, right time type of thing. Bought it for manufactured suggested retail price. Yeah, heck yeah. I'm in and I get to enjoy those things. And you know what? If I don't get this for 2 or 3 or 5 years after this, because I just don't get that lucky again in that way, I'll find other things. Or I'll just drink what I'm doing, barrel picks. That's my bliss.
So Steve, you did the bourbon burn recently and
Yes.
posted a picture at, I think was it Buffalo Trace?
Yeah.
Taylor
I was at
Day?
Buffalo Trace. Yes.
Yeah, of the people waiting, and being in that environment now versus being in that environment in the past when, you would sit in the chair and wait the time and it was
Right.
about camaraderie and all that. How did it feel different? Did it feel different?
It did feel different, yeah. I mean, because I'm there and I did have to wait in a line and just to get in there because I want to go in there and I want to see. I've got friends that work there, the two Freds, Freddie Johnson and Fred Mosenter. So I like to go in and see those guys. I'm also friends with Susanna Hubler, who does their barrel picks and stuff like that. So I got a lot of friends there, and I like to shop there and pick up things. I got a great gift shop, and then sometimes if I can get it on a tour, I'll take one. Again, I don't stress about that either. Their tours sell it way in advance. I don't book anything in advance, and if I can jump on a tour because they do have cancellations, I do, and if I don't, I don't do it. And I didn't. I waited 2 hours to go there after Colonel Taylor was released. I went there about 11. They opened at 9. And I thought, whatever they've got today, I do like Taylor, or I would have got the Blantons, or probably the Weller. If they would have had one of those three, I would have bought a bottle. Because again, I'm buying it for the right retail, and I'm there. And whether I want to drink it or share it with friends or give it as a gift or give it to a friend who wants to give it as a gift, I tend to pick those things up. And there's just the no stress time. I'm not worried about what happens if I get in there and I'm the last guy who doesn't get one, which happened to me one time at Heaven Hill when I was big into waiting around for things. I don't have that stress anymore, and it is what it is. Because if I get the whiskey, great, and if I don't, that's okay too.
Did
Things
you
will be
feel
okay.
the people around you stressing?
I don't think so, because
Because it was
again,
so
we're the
late.
crowd that was 2 hours into this. So I don't think that, when you get there, I don't know what time they start lining up for the 9 o'clock. It's probably 6 o'clock in the morning or earlier for some of them to get. And I can't understand that. For the best that you can get, I guess, is the Blantons. And they had it the day before. So they're not going to do Blantons 2 days in a row. So what
I would disagree.
what time
I'd
do they
say
get
the best you can get is the Taylor, but
Is it the Taylor or the Blantons? I mean, I don't know. The Blantons is more coveted, so I because I'm not really a drinker of it, I would assume that the Blantons is the high end. Is what
Yeah, I guess
most
that
people
makes
are
sense.
interested.
I was thinking like someone that drinks whiskey instead of sells
Yeah,
it.
I'll drink the Taylor eventually, but I got such a big collection. I got 2 bottles because the warden and I both got one. I don't even know when I'll get to those, but maybe eventually. Or, like I said, more than likely, bring it as a gift or something. So, yeah. Well, what about you guys? What's your bliss these days?
I thought this was a great topic because the other day I like to go into liquor stores. I never buy anything, but I got into my habits of going to check liquor stores all the time. And so that's kind of what I do on my days off. But I went into this liquor store and this guy came up to me and was like, yo, you won't believe this. They just sold the last bottle of Eagle Rare and they don't have any more in the back for me to buy. I'm like, I absolutely give zero shits. I don't get people. I get hunting for a bottle that might mean something to you. Oh, this was the first bourbon I ever drank, or this was the first time I know I like bourbon, or something. But anything under 100 proof, I just don't see the value in actually hunting for and being distraught if you don't get it, because it's low proof whiskey still. I know a lot of people like low proof whiskey, but that's just not for me. The guy eventually left me alone. It was way too long to be talking to somebody that I didn't even know. He didn't even know, but he was complaining. Then I walked over there and they had his day.
That ruined his day.
Ruined.
Yeah. But then I walked over there and they had like perfectly good single barrels that was like,
they don't care
than a freaking bottle of Eagle Rare, probably.
Right. They don't
like
care.
a Yellowstone single barrel.
Yeah. Going back to Kathy's question about the stress of it, like the day I ended up getting shut out. So at some point you're standing in line and you're waiting for hours till they get there, and then the personnel finally gets there, and then at some point they tell you, and then at some point they tell you how many bottles they've got and how many are left, and then you can start counting. Well, I realize I'm one away, but I thought, well, what if there's one person in line that's there to get something else? So I wait there still the whole time. Again, the stress of the whole damn thing. I'm thinking, well, there's some people that are there together. They got their wife, and maybe they are just there to get one, and they're not there to get 2. So yeah, that is. And then you finally get up there, and you're like, God damn, every single one of them wanted those motherfuckers. I'm at it. When they're doing exactly what I want to do, buy a bottle of it. So I don't have to deal with that kind of stuff anymore, which is nice. That's nice. Yeah.
I don't find any liquor stores in my area, even in Minneapolis, that I can find anything anyway. So I'll look if there's something, but I don't get in line. There aren't any opportunities for that I'm aware of. The artist's oldest son chases this stuff.
Right.
And for some reason, Balmy Rapid City seems to have some liquor stores that will get some allocated, and he'll get in line, early in the morning and try to get a ticket and get a chance to buy something. And you're right, Steve. There's no disappointment.
Right.
If I get it, if I find an opportunity, I'll buy some, because then I've got guests over and they'll think, wow, he's breaking out the good stuff. Now I'm keeping the good stuff for myself. And I'm not trying to run it down. These things are fine, but they're not special just for whatever reason the market thinks they're special.
Yeah.
I don't want to run them down, because they're good whiskey.
Yeah.
At MSRP.
At MSRP.
At MSRP. Yeah.
And some things that used to be allocated are more available now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Heaven Hill Bonded.
Heaven Hill Bonded certainly is available now.
There was another one. Oh, Elijah Craig Toasted. When I first got into bourbon, you couldn't find a bottle of Elijah Craig Toasted. Now, there's some. I've been in 3 Schnucks in the last week, and there's some in all 3 of them.
Okay.
And then those who stood in line or like raced to a store should feel extra shame when they themselves.
Yeah. I mean, they should have some shame, but they get extra shame for that. No.
I was racking my brain. I think I can confidently say I have never stood in line for whiskey. And I am very proud of that. That it's, first off, I'm an outsourced kind of person. So like I would find someone else who was there at the time to get me a bottle as well. That was more my style. But it is really nice that I don't even, like, if someone would post that something's at a store, I don't even care anymore. And it's been great to have like the resource like of the ABV Barrel Shop, where it gets put into boxes for me to wait for me to come around.
Keyword boxes.
Yeah.
Box says
12 packs.
Boxes, plural.
Right.
until they get so mad at me for tripping over it and having to move my boxes around that eventually
Corner.
I feel bad enough and I come in and I get to buy. They're waiting for me.
Right.
So what better could you ask for? Especially there's not that much of a difference in any whiskeys, and I enjoy trying new things and learning about different varieties. So even if I find one I love, I don't love it that much compared to other whiskeys available to make anything worth paying much above MSRP, or I'm certainly not going to wait in line for really anything in life. I hate lines. They're the worst. Like, I mean,
You would outsource the line waiting.
yeah, I will outsource the line. Kind of like
Sure.
I'm the person, if I go to Disney, I will pay stupid money to not have to wait in any line for a ride. But that's a topic for another day. But yeah,
I waited. Oh, go ahead.
I was saying, even like my bottles of Weller Special Reserve that I have a friend in Texas that will find them for me and then send them to me. That I mean, I've got, when you get people to outsource some of it, it's great.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
I've
Ryan
waited
Thompson.
in
I'll
line.
just have my people go stand in line.
Your
I'll have
people.
my
Right.
people get this for me.
Yeah.
I don't have to do anything.
My minions. I've
Stress
waited in
with-
line for barbecue, like Franklin Barbecue in Austin, Texas. We made a special trip down there. We knew we were going to wait in line.
Right. Yeah.
And we got there
a good
early
barbecue place, you have to wait in line.
No,
Got
maybe
there early enough to
5
get
minutes.
the turkey.
Up to 15 minutes most. I
Have you ever been to like Pappy's or something? There, you got to wait for longer than 5 minutes.
no.
Unless you're getting there early before they open and waiting in line before they open. I've never been to Pappy's where there hasn't been a line where it's like 20 minutes at least.
I'm telling you, the
I
one in
would
St.
say-
Charles is fantastic.
Normally only because when I was at school at SLU, I would go, but it would be like midweek, and so I wasn't ever
Maybe.
going on a Saturday.
Maybe. I
but
guess I'm going on the weekend when I
How
go.
about Sugar Fire Smokehouse? They have lines down there? St. Louis?
occasionally, but the excitement's worn off, so
Right.
not really
Yeah.
anymore.
Sure.
But yeah, I'll wait 5 minutes, no problem. 10, I'm all right. 15, that's probably pushing it for me. After that, hardly anything in life is worth it. Include like TSA pre. If it takes me more than 7 minutes to get entirely through security, I'm getting mad.
Right. Right.
I used to wait in line for concert tickets
Oh God.
outside like the famous bar.
Outside the famous bar. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh
the famous
God.
bar would be, selling the tickets, and you'd have to pick which door was the right door and
Is
wait
that
in line.
literally the name of the bar? The famous bar?
No, that
No,
was-
the
Whoa. You've
store.
never heard of Famous Bar?
No.
it's now Macy's.
It was
So-
BAR.
So you wait outside Macy's for concert tickets?
Yeah.
What was
'cause there
wrong
was-
with your world?
Well, this was before places like Ticketmaster
Right.
jacked everything up.
I never went to. I wonder where I used to get my
Go to the
tickets from.
venue
back
that's
then.
gonna hold the
I don't even
concert.
remember.
Like
I
the
don't
music
remember.
You
sells
go
their
to
tickets
the
outside
venue
and
and
people wait
sit
in
in
line.
line.
I understand that.
Maybe, I
But
don't know.
Macy's?
I think
With
I
a
was
weird
Macy's?
name?
That was famous bar back
It
then.
was famous bar.
Famous bar.
It's
Famous
BARR, not BAR.
Yeah.
Oh, that might help a little bit,
But
but
it's
it's still
famous.
weird. Dumb name. Macy's is better.
I would always have to go to Kmart to stand in line. If I remember.
For the IC?
Yeah, for the tickets, concert tickets. Yeah,
Oh, you went to Kmart.
Kmart. Yeah, that's where I would go.
Mine just kind of appeared magically. I don't know how I
What
got.
people got it for?
You
too.
guys-
Yeah, you had people
I need to
even
get
back
there.
then.
I need to get to know Katie better. She has people.
She has staff. Yeah, that's how she rolls. So there you go. There's what you guys can find. Allocated bourbon. It's good,
No,
but there's better things out there. There's better.
and it's more exciting when it just happens upon you and you have no effort. That's
Right.
even more exciting.
Oh,
So
yeah.
choose the stress-free life.
Choose the stress free. So there you go. And you know what? Here's the bottom line. You're gonna get there. You're gonna get there. Why not streamline this process and be done with that? What you're doing, and
Yeah.
you're gonna be joining us at some point. Well, why not just because then you'll be like, I wish I'd have been doing this 5 years ago, or 2 years ago, or 1 year. However long you're delaying this thing, you're gonna get where we're at. So just join us now.
You'll look smarter. You
Yeah.
can brag to people like, "Oh yeah, I never fell for that. I took
Right.
the advice of the Bourbon Daily podcast and skipped that part
Exactly.
of my whiskey journey."
Yeah.
I love converting people at the shop. Like, there's been several of them that even since I've started working there have stopped hunting anything and just live for single barrels. Like,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a whole different kind of high, man.
It is. It really is. There's been most of our customers, have seen what we can do and why our whiskey's special. And there's a lot of them who, what they do now is just buy our barrel picks, which is cool.
Once again, we just trust you to pick for us. We have people. You are our people, Steve.
There you go. There you go. I'm your staff. Yeah. There you go. I'm part of Katie's staff, so it's not too bad.
I mean, anytime we get a barrel pick, I send her a text message. So yeah, I believe that.
Darren really is kind of, yeah.
There you go. He is. He is. So there you go. All right, Darren, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram living my carefree lifestyle where I don't stress about anything, even posting on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures.
All right, Jeff.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and the Cigar Dojo, Jeff Andreezy, 2 I's and 2 Z's.
Katie.
You can find me considering breaking my sign rule and making word art for my basement that says, live the bliss-free life, just say no to allocated lines. And then also on Instagram at Katie Proof.
All right, Kathy.
You can find me on Instagram at KKCastStrength.
All right, you can find me ordering live, laugh, wine for Jeff.
I am clearing the wall space now.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna make sure I get the big one for you too. It'll be nice. It'll be nice.
Jeff's snacking on this one, by the way. I feel like that's
Jeff's snacking.
Doritos, I thought.
I got Doritos tonight.
There you go. All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com, company website as well, abvnetwork.com, also ABV Barrel Shop, which is abvbarrelshop.com. Check that one out. Kathy, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience that you too can find allocated bourbons to be a part of your past and leave us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask you please find the Patreon page and sign up at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Fartings. We'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.